If you want to help out and support the channel, there are a few things you can do. Go check out Flipside Gaming and use the promo code VOIDMAGE in all caps. This will get you 10% off all orders $10 or more. And if you go shopping on tcgplayer.com, go use my affiliate link in the description below. That way all purchases you make will go towards helping the channel. And lastly, go check out my Patreon. It's a more direct way that you can help the channel while also getting some more interaction. I appreciate all of your support. If you haven't already, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Hello everyone, just wanted to give my thoughts on some of the cards from Theros Beyond Death. I want to go over just 5 cards, not to say that there aren't other ones that could be good for Commander, but these are ones that I think are going to have a decent impact. You're going to see these. This is the thing about the Lotus cards, is that they're capable of giving you multiple colored mana. And we've seen the trade-off ever since the original Black Lotus. You can't have anything close to being that good, so you have to pay more mana for it. And for 4 mana and having it enter the battlefield tapped, that's a pretty big price, enough to keep some people from playing it. But if you're in a monocolored deck, if you're playing mono white, or if you're really playing any deck where it's harder for you to get more mana, why not play this card? It's very easy to get Devotion. If it's just a 4 mana artifact that taps for 3 mana, that's still worth it, but it has potential to get you even more, and that's why I think it's going to be such a good Commander card. Just think about mono black and having all those X spells like Torment of Hellfire, Exsanguinate. This could get you a lot of mana to put into those X spells. The next card is Archon of Sun's Grace, which is pretty much an all-around better Ajani's Chosen. Ajani's Chosen did give you the ability to put the aura on the token you created. I didn't really think that was a big deal, but getting Pegasus creature tokens with flying, getting an Archon of Sun's Grace that has good keywords, you get lifelink. Also giving those Pegasus creatures lifelink is spectacular. Constellation, unfortunately, hasn't been brought back to the degree which I wanted it to be. Most of the Constellation triggers, you're going to see them on non-enchantment cards, so it kind of takes away the power of that ability, but you do have some standouts like this one. I think this is going to be a good card in Commander, replacing Ajani's Chosen, which really wasn't a bad card. It was just a token producer that rewarded you for playing enchantments. Then we have Erebos Bleak-Hearted. There are some gods in here that I think are good, but the ones that are going to stand out are the ones that are going to give you the most power. You have some tame ones like Klothys. Erebos is all about card draw. You do have some black cards that are similar to this where they force you to draw a card and lose a life. With Erebos you may do it, so a creature, if it dies, you may pay 2 life and you get to draw a card. Incredibly abusable with cards like Teysa, anything that can manipulate death triggers. You also have a sack outlet on Erebos himself, so you can sacrifice a creature to give another creature -2, -1. Could be some kind of removal, but mostly going to be used to minimize the creature's power. Overall, though, I think this is going to be more of a utility card in a lot of Commander decks rather than a Commander himself, and that's okay. Perforos is another example of a god that has been one of the 99 in most of the decks, rather than just being a commander himself. It's going to work out really well, and a lot of that is because of the option to not do it at all. If you don't want to lose that life, you don't have to. If you have no way of gaining life, you shouldn't be forced to pay it. The 4th card is Dryad of Llysian Grove. I believe I pronounced that right. Basically, a better version of Prismatic Omen, depending on how you view that. Enchantments are a little bit harder to get rid of. It's 1 mana cheaper. This is an easily killable creature, but it does give you an additional land drop, which makes that extra mana worth it. Now, I mentioned I was disappointed with the lack of Constellation when it comes to enchantment creatures having Constellation. You can still have some support for enchantment decks, just with good all-around enchantment creatures, kind of like Courser of Kruphix. Doesn't really have to have anything to do with enchantments other than being an enchantment itself, and for a lot of green decks, that's going to work out. And the final card is the promo card, the Buy a Box promo card, Theros Shroud Veiled. A whopping 6 mana, the most expensive god from the set. Probably the most creative. You get to put coin counters on any target creatures. When those creatures die or they're put into exile, you return that card to the battlefield under your control, which is just absolutely powerful to have in Commander. Yes, your opponents are still able to put their commanders in the command zone even if they're exiled, but to do this to pretty much everything. And the fact that it works even if those creatures are exiled, that is just so powerful. You're seeing an increase in exiling removal. A lot of white spells do that. And let's be honest here, stealing creatures, it's typically a blue thing, but you see it here through black and white, through death, making this probably one of the more powerful commander options in the whole set. Funny thing is that it's not even in the main set, it's just a promo card. But again, as always, I don't speak for everybody on my channel. The set seems quite underwhelming. You do have some standouts. It's going to be one of those sets where you have a few good cards. Ultimately, I think it's going to be easily forgettable, which is a shame because I was looking forward to this set for additional heroic support, additional constellation support, and it seems whatever we got for those was pretty minimal. But anyway, you guys have a wonderful day. Void here signing off. See you all next video. Just wanted to say thanks to the patrons who are supporting me on patreon.com. Go check it out. There are different tiers with their own rewards. One of them is having your name in the credits of my videos. I know it's not much, but it's something that I can do to show my appreciation. Thanks again, and have a good day.